Good day, everyone. Today we're going to tackle about Dorothy Johnson and her behavioral system model theory. So first, let's talk about who is Dorothy Johnson.
Dorothy Johnson was an American nurse, researcher, author, and jurist. She was born on August 21, 1919 in Savannah, Georgia. She is known for creating the behavioral system model and for being one of the founders of modern system-based nursing theory. So, Dorothy Johnson was one of the greatest nursing theorists who developed the behavioral system model. Dorothy Johnson's professional nursing career began in 1942 when she graduated from Vanderbilt University School of Nursing in Nashville, Tennessee. She was the top student in her class and received the prestigious Vanderbilt Founders Medal. She held a strong conviction that continuous improvement of care was the ultimate goal of nursing. Her 1968 paper, entitled One Conceptual Model of Nursing, is a classic contribution to nursing literature. Two of Johnson's many works include theory development. It is what, why, and how, and barriers and hazard in counseling. Dorothy E. Johnson, she died in February 1999 at the age of 80. Before she died, she was pleased that her theory has been found useful in furthering the development of a theoretical basis for nursing and was being used as a nursing practice model on an institution-wide basis.
Johnson's behavioral system model. Dorothy E. Johnson is well known for her behavioral system model, which was proposed in 1968. Her model was greatly influenced by Florence Nightingale's book, Notes on Nursing. Johnson's behavioral system model is a nursing care model that advocates that the fostering of efficient and effective behavioral functioning in the patient to prevent illness. Dorothy Johnson's theory of nursing defines nursing as an external regulatory force which acts to preserve the organization and integration of the patient's behaviors at an optimum level under those conditions, in which the behavioral constitute a threat to the physical or social health or in which illness is found.
So let's proceed to the four major concepts of Dorothy's nursing model. First is the human being has two major systems, the biological and the behavioral systems. The rule of medicine is to focus on the biological system, while nursing focus is on the behavioral system. Second, society relates to the environment in which the patient exists. A patient's behavior is directly influenced by the environment and event that occurs in the environment. Third, health is purposeful adaptive response to internal and external stimuli in order to maintain stability and control. The responses includes physical, mental, emotional, and social realms. Fourth, the primary goal of nursing is to foster equilibrium in the individual patients. One focus of nursing concerns the organized and integrated whole, but the major focus is on maintaining balance in the environment and behavioral system during an illness and the biological system. The goal of nursing are fourfold according to the behavioral system model. First, to assist the patient whose behavior is proportional to social demands. Second, to assist the patient who is able to modify his behavior in ways that it supports biological imperatives. Third, to assist the patient who is able to benefit to the fullest extent during illness from the physician's knowledge and skills. Fourth, to assist the patient whose behavior does not give evidence of unnecessary trauma as consequences of illness.
Seven subsystem of the behavior system model. First, attachment of affiliative subsystem. The social inclusion, intimacy, and the formation and attachment of a strong social bond. It is probably the most critical because it formed the basis for all social organization. 2. Intuitive subsystem. The emphasis on the meaning and structure of the social events surrounding the occasion when the food is eaten. It should not be seen as the input and output mechanism of the system. 3. Dependency subsystem. The approval, attention of recognition, and physical assistances, and the borders since it promotes helping behavior that calls for a nurturing response. Fourth, eliminative subsystem. Human cultures have defined different socially acceptable behaviors for expression of waste, but the existence of such a pattern remains different from culture to culture. It addresses when, how, and under what condition we eliminate. Fifth, sexual subsystem. A sexual subsystem is both a biological and social factor that affect behavior. It has the dual function or procreation and gratification, including but not limited to courting and mating. This response system begins with development or gender role identity and includes a broad range of sex rule behavior. 6. Aggressive subsystem. The aggressive subsystem relates to protection and self-prevention, generating a defense response when there is a threat to life or territory. Its function is protection and preservation. 7. Achievement subsystem. The enforcer's behavior that tries to control the environment, its attempt to manipulate the environment, its function is to control a mastery, an aspect of self or environment to some standard of excellence.
An imbalance in each system results in disequilibrium. The nurse's role is to help the patient maintain his or her equilibrium. Each system also has three functional requirements, which includes: first, protection from noxious influence; second, provision for a nurturing environment; and third, stimulation for growth.
Meta-paradigm. So the following are the major concepts and definitions of Johnson's nursing model, including the definition for its nursing meta-paradigm. First, human being. Johnson views human beings as having two major systems, the biological system and the behavioral system. It is the role of medicine to focus on the biological system, whereas nursing focuses on the behavioral system. Second, environment. The environment is not directly defined, but it is implied to include all elements of the human system surroundings and includes interior stressors. Third, health. Health is seen as the opposite of illness, and Johnson defines it as some degree of regularity and constancy in behavior. The behavioral system reflects adjustments and adaptations that are successful somehow, and to some degree. Adaptation is functionally effective and efficient. Fourth, or the last, is nursing. Nursing is seen as an external regulatory force that acts to preserve the organization and integrate the patient's behavior at an optimal level under those conditions in which the behavior constitutes at with physical or social health or in which illness is found.
Assumption of the behavioral system model. The assumptions made by Dorothy Johnson's theory are in three categories: assumption about system, assumption about structure, and assumption about function. Let's talk about the first category, which is the assumption about system. First one is there are organization, interaction, interdependency, and interrogation of the parts and elements of behaviors that go make up the system. Second is a system tends to achieve a balance among the various forces operating within and upon it, and that man strives continually to maintain a behavioral system balance and steady state by more or less automatic adjustment and adaptations to the natural forces occurring on him. Third one is a behavioral system which requires and result in regularity and constant in behavior is essential to a man.
It is functionally significant because it serves a useful purpose in social life and the individual. The fourth one is system balance reflects adjustment and adaptations that are successful in some way and to some degree.
Assumptions about structure and function. First, from the form the behavior takes and consequences it achieves can be inferred what thread has been stimulated or what goal is being sought. Each person has a predisposition to act concerning the goal in certain ways rather than the other ways. This predisposition is called a set. Each system has a repertoire or choices called a scope of action. Fourth, the individual patient's behavior produces an outcome that can be observed. Application to the nursing practice. Johnson's theory guides nursing practice, research, and education. Johnson's theory focused mainly on behavioral theory. In order to focus on the holistic idea of nursing, it is important we consider both the biological and behavioral aspects of the patients. We cannot consider one without looking at the other. This theory can be used in hospitals as a framework for diagnosing the problems of patients and proposing and evaluating comprehensive nursing care. In conclusion, the behavioral system theory is very useful in the treatment of mental illness. The mind is affected by the body's subsystems, and ensuring a restoration of balance in the subsystem will go a long way to treatment of mental illnesses, especially among elderly. Not being able to express their feeling to cares is a big problem to the resolution of aggressive behavior. Improving their environment and making the patient comfortable calm them down and thus improve the internal environment as well.
Sample video role-play on how the different subsystems and the theory of Dorothy Johnson's can be applied to nursing practice.
Knock, knock, knock. You can come in. Hey, Miss Rochelle. I have some family members here to see you.
Do you?
Oh, yeah. Come on in, guys.
Hi, how are you?
We're so happy to see you, girl.
You're so good.
Thanks. I feel so much better. Hey, Miss Rochelle. I was wondering if you'd like to try and get out of bed today.
Okay, but I'm gonna need your help. I'm gonna depend on you.
Okay, great. Hey, Miss Rochelle.
Hi.
It's snack time.
Hooray. I would love to wash my hands before this.
Okay, great.
My favorite. Hey there, Stan. I was wondering if I could use the bedpan. But,
Sure.
I really would like some privacy.
Oh, of
during that.
course. Let me get you some privacy.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
No problem. Good morning, Miss Farmer.
Morning.
It's time for you to take your daily medications here. I've just got 2 little pills for you to take. They're for your blood pressure.
I don't want that. You're trying to kill me.
Are you sure
I
that...
do not want that. I don't want it.
Oh, Miss Farmer! Good job on using your inspirometer. You're going to have great, healthy lungs today.
Thank you so much, Nurse Ann.
Woohoo!